Okay. Can you hear me? It's your boy Brandon Chung, and I'm back at it again, man. I'm back at it yet again. So go ahead and tell a friend. Hey, look, I hope you can hear me. I'll make sure real quick, but we're gonna be talking about PSA. Everybody and their mamas and their papas have been doing videos about this whole PSA type stuff, but I digress. We're gonna be talking about PSA. Talk about their suspensions and what have you, and quick disclaimer before we start is oh my gosh, I'm still bad at these videos. I'm still recovering. What do you call it? Disclaimer: do your own research. I am not a professional financial advisor, so consult a professional financial advisor if you want to invest in sports cards and whatnot, and what have you. Do not just take my advice without doing your own research. This is an entertainment purposes only. Let's get started. I ain't looking so good today. Value service suspended. Economy service suspended. Regular service suspended. Express service suspended. The cheapest option is to do $300 purchase to grade your card. A $5,000 maximum declared value as a PSA 10. Ain't nobody gonna do this. Everybody's over here at the value. Obviously, it's gonna affect bulk emitters and what have you, and all that. So I have a document that I'm about to show you. But first, am I showing my screen and what have you? Okay. So this is our little April 2021 update. Hello, PSA customers. Some Joe Orlando showed this thing. I'll show that later. The volume they received is amazing and what have you. No, nothing there. They admit to the growing backlog. It would be disingenuous for us to continue to accept submissions for cards that we will be unable to process in the foreseeable future. It is an unpleasant conclusion, especially after the March 1st price increase. It's a what conclusion? It's an unpleasant conclusion. They said it, but it is necessary to properly serve the customers who have already submitted to PSA. What's necessary? To do what? To properly do what? To serve the customers who already submitted the PSA. So they got to serve the people who already submitted. Okay. Effective immediately, they're suspending all the blah, blah, blah service. They have a tiered approach in reintroducing the levels. Our goal is to bring back all the services by July 1st, 2021. A tiered approach, you're going to bring back the $150 service first, then the $100, then the $50, and what have you. I thought I saw something here earlier, right? Oh. Okay. Readers. Effective immediately, PSA is temporarily suspending our value, regular, and express service levels. So they're suspending those 3 levels, right? This will allow us to fully unbox and receive the recent surge of orders and focus on our most impacted service lines. Wait, it allows you to do what now? I thought it allowed you to focus on the backlog. No, it allows us to unbox. It allows us to receive the recent surge of orders and focus on our most impacted service line. So that's what they mean by backlog. They have to unbox all the cards first and then grade them and figure them out and whatnot. But the important thing is they've increased their amount of employees. They are 783 people as of now. Here we go. 783 people now versus 421 last year, which is great, which is a double increase. In business, you can't always just double in 10x and 5x. This is unsustainable. And then they recently added an additional 58,000 square footage to the California operation. That's on top of the 60,000 square footage. So that's incredible. I think this is a long-term good play for PSA. Short-term, not a good play. Draw Orlando says a little bit of something in two and what have you. So he's talking about basically how the PSA cards and the whole hobby has just exploded, and but PSA was receiving more cards every 5 days, over 500,000 per business week. So you think any other grading company can sustain 500,000 cards a week if this number is true and accurate? Even if it's half that, 250,000. So, and that's like the main thing he really said. I don't remember anything else he said. So they're not trying to make excuses, even though they just made excuses and what have you. Yeah, nothing crazy there. Okay, let's look at the document. Oops. All right. So here's I just jotted down a few notes over the days or so. So the main thing is, the cheapest service is $300 besides the 1960s cards. Not excuse me. 1960s cards are $10. They have like a 60 special and what have you. And they might open back on July 1st. That's their goal. That's not guaranteed. But we'll see what happens. I mean, they're 10 million backlog, I think. So here's a few concerns. And I'll just read off the concerns real quick. The concerns I have, or, as I've seen that other people have said, I jotted it down. This suspension only will cause a surge in July. What is a competitor's square footage size? What the competitors do not have a complete through day. The competitors have a different number system, which is a 9.5 gem mint rate, not a 10. The events in July, because we're trying to prepare for the Olympics, parts of Copa America, parts of the Euro 2021, parts of the Gold Cup, the Wimbledon, and various UFC events and other events, and free agency maybe for NBA, but I'm not really with the basketball. The events later on are all those seasons restart. The NBA season restarts, NFL restarts, soccer, all leagues restart, and World Cup qualifying, and the World Cup 2022. So this is going to affect the World Cup 2022 because I was trying to prepare for that. That's why I was trying to do a submission with Sunday League investors, but they suspended their service. I was trying to do $20 for various soccer players and what have you. Anyway, raw to grade downfall. Hobby Box loses interest. Grading submitters hit hard. What is the political landscape in 4 months? What is the economic changes worldwide and domestically in 4 months? No more PSA reveals and YouTube videos or less. Stimulus check leads to job shortage and hyperinflation. Sports card market moves rapidly. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the suspension. So I heard there's going to be a 1.5 million, 2 million cards on July 1st, but they're going to have a tiered number system. So maybe we've got to divide this number by 3. I don't know. I'll get to these 3 later. I'll get to the competition and whatnot later. This is the events in July. This is how it's going to really, you use that. What do you call it? Super Express service or what have you? Let me see. Hold on. Let me just make sure I got the words right. No. You use this regular service. You use this express service. And that way you can get all these cards back. A lot of people, the Euro's happening. A lot of people want to submit all these different players. They want to buy Giovanni Reina, a little bit of Pulisic, a lot of Serginho Desti. The American hype is ridiculous. Mbappe, Erling Haaland is massive. People are wondering how Norway's going to do in the Euro. Not very well. They're not going to make the top 4. But yeah, so this ruins the Euro hype planning and all of that stuff. So that is a little bit disappointing, unless you want to send Super Express, which for most cards it won't really work. Um, Now your value, your cheaper cards, your $20 cards, that quick, $30 investment, $60 flip, and what have you, all that's being suspended for 3 to 4 months. So there's going to cause a lot of delays there. So that's in terms of the consumer perspective, right? So when you can't really prepare for these events after today, you can't prepare for the Wimbledon and Roger Federer, you can't prepare for Olympics and what have you. So this is gonna, and there's not gonna be nearly as many slabs being sold on the market because they're not making any more and whatnot. Anyway, moving on. So the World Cup 2022 investing is going to be affected because on July 1st, best believe there's going to be so many like value cards being submitted. A lot of Serginho Dest. It depends who plays well, but maybe Serginho Dest, and it's gonna be right in the middle of Copa America. So maybe some Brazilian players, some maybe Dybala too, Argentinian player, and what have you. And the raw to gray downfall. So at the card show, I was at the Dallas card show, and there was a lot of, I'm trying to do raw to grade, like soccer is a good play. And UFC is a really interesting raw to grade because there's not many UFC slabs. So this is going to highly affect the UFC market as the Usman and Masvidal fight come into play and all of these things. So it's going to take off a bit of excitement there. The hobby box loses interest. I think Purism Basketball came out or something. Well, there's not going to be as much interest there because you can't just grade a LaMelo. It costs $300. Who would do that? Who really would do that? There's going to be so much supply. It's not going to be worth that unless you get a 10 and all those things. But besides LaMelo, who's the hyped up guy? Still worth it for PSA. Now, you can use other grading companies, but there's a lot of PSA diehards in the sports card industry. And the grading submitters hit hard, like KK Sports Cards and all of them. They're hit massively, massively hard. Okay, I'll wait an hour. Okay. Yeah, anyway, these grading submitters, their livelihoods are on the line. I saw that for another video, and that's a very dangerous thing. When you're speaking about sports cards, now livelihoods are massively affected since a drastic thing happened for some sports card people, which is, very interesting thing. Now, again, for PSA, this is a great long-term solution, or not a great, but it's okay. That way they can catch up on their backlog, and now they can start fresh and, and have a chance to train their people with a lot more 58,000 plus square footage and what have you. But let me see how much, what am I doing on time? Oh, I got people. What's going on, Michael? How are you doing? New England Pieces, long time no see. What's going on, baby? What's up, guys? Thank you for hopping on here. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. 13 minutes in, not too bad. I don't know what the political landscape's looking like in 4 months or economical changes, but if they have another stimulus check, that will affect the market as well. So we just got to look out for those. The YouTube, there's not going to be as much excitement for sports cards because look, no more like PSA reveals in terms of that, and not as much PSA mail days and all that. So that's going to affect the YouTube scene, and YouTube is a little bit influential in people buying cards and slabs and things like that. Stimulus check leads to job shortage and hyperinflation. So the government just recently printed $1.9 trillion, which just devalues the US dollar by a lot. So every time you print money like that, then you devalue all the money. So potentially PSA could increase their prices again. I know that sounds weird to say, but I mean, it could definitely happen. And so here's the thing about stimulus checks. I don't know how much PSA graders are getting paid, maybe $20. But if they're getting paid like $13 or $14 an hour, they could be led to quit their job if they're getting money from themselves, their family, and their 2 kids. That's like, I don't know how much. That's a few $1,000s coming in each month for doing nothing. So why would you? So the people think it's short term though. Why would you be so busy trying to grade cards, millions of cards, getting paid the same as sitting on your couch? So PSA is going to lose workers and trained workers as well. And 4 months is a lot of time for the market to move. Anything can happen. So today you say, I want to grade this card to PSA. When it hits July, you might not be thinking that. So that's the concerns I have. Good. I'm glad you're good, Michael. I'm glad you're good, man. Dude, I have 30 submissions. Holy crap, 30 submissions. Dating back to early August. Since I have plenty of reveals, I have an express that has been there since early January. Awesome, bro. I'm glad you have all that going for you. I'm glad you got it all before this time. That's good, bro. That is good, good, good. And by the way, I am not the most all-knowing guy about this stuff. I'm not the most knowledgeable, nothing like that. So if people who watch this live want to leave questions, or people who watch this after want to let me know some stuff, let me know some stuff. But I digress. So my questions are the other grading companies worth it? And who knows the result of sports cards in July? I don't know how the sports card market's going to do, but if anybody wants to submit their guesses and whatnot, will they cap the PSA subs? I don't know how to explain that word. I don't know the word, but HGA, they got like, they only accept like what, 2,500 cards like a week or whatnot. Is PSA going to do a similar type deal? And another thing, can PSA group, this is something I heard, can PSA group submitters sue for surprise service suspension because it highly affects their business? I think if they try to sue, they will lose against PSA, but that's my opinion. What will the graded card market look like? Will the graded cards go up? I've been hearing that the common cards, like a raw common cards, are just, oh my gosh, this is the time to sell those. That's what I've heard as well, and I kind of agree with that. But do your own research. Who could take advantage of this opportunity? That's the questions I have, and I don't really know the answers to. So if anybody has the answers to these or thinks they do, please let me know, right? And who is the competition? As far as I know, BGS, SGC, GMA, CSG, and HGA. This is over 4 months. So they have 4 months to capitalize on this moment. PSA is not really submitting most services. This is their moment, right? And so my guess is the CSG prices increase because they're at $8 bulk. And if HGA's got a cap, they're not doing that. PSA's not available. GMA's, the resale value is so low, way below any other else. SGC is going to get some cards. HGA's got a cap. So the other place is CSG. I feel like they're going to increase the price because 8 is way too little. Over 1 million back. Oh, I think over 1 million backlogs when they come back. And this is guesses. It's not prophecy, nothing. I think there will be some disappointment in other companies because PSA's got the largest scale, in my opinion, versus any other company. I think there's less hype and less opportunity for breaking cards, like Prism and whatever basketball cards come out. There's not going to be as much hype because you can't grade and make that profit and whatnot. People want to have fun and make money because you need money to eat and whatnot. But it's important to use money as a resource and not worship money. That is a commandment from my Lord God. But I digress. I feel like there's another PSA price increase coming based off hyperinflation. Terrible for flippers. This thing is this PSA suspension is not bad for long-term investors. So I'm done with this part. Oh wow, Michael said, but who knows when I will get. That's true. That's true. Yes, they are worth it. Yeah. HEA will even get hard to submit now. Yeah, that's very true. I've heard they're already getting difficult. So yeah, you're right. You're right. And this is my other part of the video. Why I think nobody can really compete with PSA. So I was gonna just compare square footage. PSA, it looks like they got this. They got like at least 125 square foot. BGS, it looks like their facility is 33,000. SGC is 15K plus 5K addition. That's what they said. GMA is a house. So it's a house address. So I just pulled it up. I don't know about HGA. Their address is like 1 acre though. And they're a suite. And so is SGC. And CSG, it's a 60K square footage facility, but I don't know if they own the whole thing or not. And we all know PSA owns the whole thing here. So the card output versus input. Input, how much cards are they accepting? How much cards are they pouring out each week? So PSA's got the largest scale and with the decent grades as well, with tough grades. So the Joe Orlando dude said there's 500,000 coming in recently. So I'm thinking 300K at least. Maybe I'm wrong. So these are guesses though. And I say the output maybe 10,000 a week. I don't know. And so no other company can match these numbers, not even close. I couldn't find out the numbers. It was very difficult. But SGC said they're getting out 2,000 cards a week. And HGA, I think they're getting out probably about 1,000 or two, same number of cards per week. Look, that's nothing compared to minimum 10,000. Because BSA's, they're accepting 500,000 cards a week. They got 1,000 employees. They're getting like 10,000 cards out. Oh, they got the most employees. The thing is with the transparency, SGC does have transparency. HGA, I don't know. But still, I just don't find it worth it. I like the cap limit HGA does. I think maybe some other companies should implement that. I don't know. Maybe not. In the as far as the number system, like HGA needs to change their number system. Here, hold on. I have a way to freeze this. Give me a second. Hold on. How do I freeze this? Oh shoot, my bad. Okay, anyway, whatever. So will I grade? I said PSA, I'll probably just wait for them. I said no to those other three companies. No to BGS. They're not transparent. The customer service is not there. I don't know how many cards are getting in and out, and they're backed up. GMA, just the resale value is not there. SGC, possibly, but I feel like they're going to get backed up based off they don't have enough scale to compete with PSA numbers. And the HGA, I like them because they have a cap, but I probably won't grade with them because I probably won't get to grade with them. And is it even worth it to grade to have that slab long term for a valuable card? Like, I don't even know. I was grading random soccer stuff, like $100 or $50 soccer card. I think a PSA slab, the long term, like for like a 6 months to a year, is most worth it. And in CSG, like somebody else said, this was what somebody else said. They have an ugly slab, but the other stuff makes kind of sense. They gotta change their number system though, because people like tens. HGA, maybe they can increase their scale. I just don't know yet. So we still gotta wait on how. Let's focus on HGA and focus on their scale. GMA just resale value very low. Sorry there. And I just wanted to point out a weird thing. SGC received a $160,000 loan in May 2020. So I wonder if they'll have to take another loan, a PPP loan, and to hire more staff and whatnot. But even then, but first of all, that's risky. Second of all, I don't think it'll matter because you still have to train the graders and all that stuff. And then BGS is just no. So I don't know. Anyway, better chance at winning Powerball LOL, yeah, than HGA. And so I don't know. I'm really not sure. I think I might just wait for PSA. Because this is what I was thinking about CSG, but I don't know. Their slab just looks off. I do like that bulk, $8 a card. That's nice. That's nice though. But and if you want to know, this is where I found out some of the addresses and what have you. Sarasota, and a lot of these facilities are in Florida. So I'm gonna go in Florida, so maybe I can check out some of the facilities if I have time. And then Star Stock, just some other random news. Star Stock did a ingestion feed. They charge you 25 cents. That looks interesting as well. I think that'll be good for them. It helps get them more business and more money. They can keep the fees low, therefore. Anyway, that's what's up. But CSG $8 per card. That's true. It is a 50 card minimum. So that's not great. But anyway, okay. But that's all I got. I don't know. I might come back on live again and talk about some more sports cards. I just don't know yet. But hey, it's been your boy Brandon Chung. Until next time. Until next time.